Hello everyone, my name is Devi Chauhan. I'm assistant professor in Gambia School of Pharmacy. That is a part of the Suresh Dania University, Jaipur. And today we are going to discuss about the alcohols, which comes in a pharmaceutical organic chemistry first. And this alcohol in the last lecture we have studied that what are the alcohol, what are the physical properties of alcohol, and here we are going to study about these. So today the learning objective of this topic, alcohol, is here we again little bit we will talk about this alcohol, and also we are going to study about the method of preparation of alcohol, and also we are going to learn about this chemical reactions of alcohol. So here the students outcome. So students here we're going to know about the alcohol. They will also going to know about how alcohols are prepared, and they will also learn about the chemical properties of alcohol. So here, this alcohol, what is the alcohol, what are the types of alcohol, and what are the methods of preparation of alcohol. So here, alcohol, how alcohol are prepared on the small scale or the industrial scale, or from which reagents they are prepared, or you can say which reactants, after which reactants they are reacting, and in the presence of which catalyst, or which uh, other catalysts they are forming this alcohol, how these alcohols are formed. And secondly, this chemical reaction of alcohol, in the chemical reaction, or you can say the chemical properties of alcohol. In the physical property, we have studied about the solubility, its melting point, its boiling point. But in the chemical property, we study about the chemical reactions of alcohol. That the how alcohols are reacted with the other reactant, so that they can form different products, different products in the presence of a catalyst or some other reactants. So here, uh, so firstly, what are the alcohols? So this we have discussed in the our last lecture, but a little bit we are going to discuss about this alcohol. So these are the compounds in which one or more hydrogen atoms in an alkane have been replaced by an OH group. So here the alcohols are the organic compound, or these are the organic compounds which are having one or more hydrogen atoms in an alkane have been replaced by the OH group. So in the alkane chain, this hydrogen is replaced by the OH group. So if there is a hydroxyl group present on a alkane chain, or you can say the alkene chain, then that are your alcohols. So these are the alcohols which are having one or more hydrogen atoms in an alkane have been replaced by an OH group. So here these are the example of your alcohol. This is your first ethanol. Ethanol, you can say that there is the CH2 molecule, CH carbon 2 are present here, and this is showing that if the carbon 2 is present, then there is a presence of this alkane, this ethane, and ethane. So here ethane is having this CH3, CH2, and from the ethane, E is replaced by the all, because in alcohol we are using this all in the alcohol. So this its name is your ethanol. Secondly, the propanol. This you can see this, and this is your hydroxyl group that is present on the second carbon atom of this chain. Then this is your propanol, this propane, because here three carbon atoms are present, and on this three carbon atom hydroxyl group is present. That is why it is your propane to all. Pro means one, two, three, prop, and propane, and on the second position there is a hydroxyl group is present, and this is your two. That is why we have signified here by this two, and propane to all. This all means your alcohol. So here, firstly, it is your ethanol. Secondly, it is your propanol. Uh, Third, see here, if this propanol is having, this is your propane chain. This is your propane aliphatic chain, and on the aliphatic chain, or the you can say Yes, alkane. On that, the first position, this hydroxyl group is present, and on the second position, this CH3 is present. We are not going to number it from here. We are not going to count it from this side. But here we are going to count it from this side, because here on the first carbon atom there is a hydroxyl group is present, and this is the substituent. This is the methyl substituent which is attached on the second position. So if the substituent is attached on the second position and your group is present on this from here, that we are going to count it from this side, from the left right side, not from the left side. And from here, this methyl group, the substituent come on the second position. So here, this is your 2-methyl propane 1-ol. So here, this is the hydroxyl group is on the first position of the carbon atom. That is why its name is your 2-methyl propane 1-ol. So it is this methyl group is present on the second position. So 2-methyl prop, because here 3 carbon atoms are present, and 1 because on the first position this hydroxyl group is present. That is why 2-methyl propane 1-ol. Next is different kinds of alcohol. So here there are different kinds of alcohol, that is a primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, and the tertiary alcohol. First, we are going to discuss about the primary alcohol. So in primary alcohol, you can show it by this 1 degree also. So the primary alcohols, in this, the carbon which carries the OH group is only attached to one alkyl group. So if there is only one alkyl group present and the OH is present with it, then that is known as your primary alcohol. As you can see in this example, there this is your primary alcohol, because this OH is attached to this one carbon atom, and this is having only this is your primary alcohol. So this is the example of your primary alcohol. As you can see here, example of primary alcohol includes this CH3, CH2OH. This ethanol is your primary alcohol, as this CH2 is attached to the one carbon, one alkyl group, and on the other side, this OH group is attached. Secondly, propane 1-ol. In this also, this is your primary alcohol, because this CH2 is attached to this one CH2. And this is your, and on the other side, on the right hand side, this is attached to a hydroxyl group, and this is your propane 1-ol. Thirdly, it is this CH2OH, and CH, CH3, CH3. So here CH2 is attached to this CH3, CH, CH3OH. So on this carbon is also attached to one neighboring alkyl group, and on the other side, on the right side, this hydroxyl group is present. That is why its name is 2-methyl propane 1-ol. So these all are the primary alcohols, and the secondary alcohol. In the secondary alcohol, it is also denoted by this 2 degree. So in a secondary alcohol, the carbon with the OH group, the carbon which is having the OH group attached is directly joined to 2 alkyl groups, which may be the same or different. So here, this carbon is attached to this OH group, and this is attached to the 2 alkyl groups. So it can be a different alkyl group if on one side it is different alkyl group and on the other side it is different. So here it is the secondary alcohol, the carbon atom which is joined to this alcohol, or you can say this OH, this can be attached to the 2 alkyl group. So this can be attached to a 2 alkyl group. That is why it is your secondary alcohol. So here you can see this is the example of your secondary alcohol, because on this 2CH, this CH is attached to the two different carbon atoms. This is your propane 2-ol. Now the third case. So in this third case, you can see here this CH3, CH, CH2, CH3. This is the example of your butanol, and you can say here this CH is on the one side it is a different alkyl group, and on the other side this is a different alkyl group. So this is your butane 2-ol. So this alcohol, this CH group, this carbon which is attached to the OH group is attached to one alkyl group, and the secondly this alkyl group, the both the are the different alkyl groups. So but they, in this case you can see this carbon is attached to the two alkyl group, but in case of primary it is attached to only one carbon atom. This carbon is attached to the one carbon atom, and in the secondary case it is attached to the two carbon atoms. So in the pentane 3 all, you can see here this carbon is again attached to the two carbon atoms. So here you can see this is attached to the two carbon atom. This is your pentane 3 all. These are the examples of the secondary alcohol. Now it's your tertiary alcohol. So in a tertiary alcohol, the carbon atom holding the OH group is attached directly to three alkyl groups, which may be any combination of same or different. So here you can see that this carbon atom, which is attached to this OH group, is attached to the three different carbon atoms, three different alkyl groups. So here these are the three different alkyl groups to which this carbon atom is attached. So in this, the tertiary alcohol, in a tertiary, that is your, this can be denoted by this 3 degree, and this 3 degree alcohol, in this 3 degree alcohol, the carbon atom which is holding this OH group is attached to your three different alkyl groups. This is attached to our three different alkyl groups, and which may be the combination of same or different. This may be a combination of same or different. So here, if the carbon atom which is attached to the hydroxyl group, or you can say the alcohol OH group, then this is and this carbon is attached to these three alkyl groups, then this is your tertiary alcohol. And there, these carbons may be same or different. This carbon may be same or different carbon atoms. So this is your tertiary alcohol. So in a tertiary alcohol, the carbon atom holding the OH group is attached directly to three alkyl groups, which may be any combination of same or different. So this is your tertiary alcohol. So you can see this carbon is attached. So this is the first example of the tertiary alcohol, 2-methyl propane 2-ol, and the secondly is your CH3, CH2, C, CH2, and on this the methyl substance is added, and this is your OH. So this is your carbon atom which is attached to this hydroxyl group, and this carbon atom is is linked to this one alkyl group, and on the other one alkyl group to second alkyl group, and the other this is attached to this ethyl, but this carbon is attached to this alkyl group. So here three different alkyl groups are present on these carbon atom which is attached to this OH group. These are the example of the tertiary alcohol. So here we have studied about the alcohols, which are of two types. Alcohols are the organic compounds that are having carbon which is attached to the alcohol, or you can say the OH group in an alkane. That is your alcohol, and this they are of three types. And in your three types, you can see here primary, which is having the carbon atom which is directly attached to the one side hydroxyl group, and the other side is your alkyl group. So that is your primary alcohol. And secondary alcohol, in your secondary alcohol, on the two sides the alkyl groups are present of the carbon atom which is bonded to the OH group. That is your this secondary alcohol. Thirdly, third case is your tertiary alcohol, in which the carbon which is bonded to the hydroxyl group is attached to the three side of the carbon atom. So that is your tertiary alcohol. So the method of preparation of alcohol, how the method of alcohol are prepared. So firstly, it is the Grignard synthesis. Secondly, is your hydrolysis of alkyl halide. Thirdly, it is your acid catalyst hydration of alkene. So the first is your Grignard. So in your Grignard synthesis, we are treating any reactant with this Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent is your RMGX, that is your alkyl magnesium halide. And firstly, this alkyl magnesium halide is formed. After that, this Grignard reagent is treated with the reactant, and there is a product formed, which is your alcohol. Secondly, the hydrolysis of alkyl halide. So in the hydrolysis of alkyl halide is hydrolyzed in the presence of your water molecule. So here, this is hydrolyzed in the presence of the water molecule, and there is a formation of this alcohol. Thirdly is your acid catalyst hydration of alkene. So in the acid catalyst hydration of alkene, there is a hydrogenation of alkene in the presence of the acid catalyst. So there is a formation of this alcohol. So firstly is your Grignard synthesis. So firstly, the Grignard reagent is prepared. So in the Grignard reagent is your RMGX, which is your alkyl magnesium halide, is prepared. It is this Grignard reagent is prepared by the reaction of metallic magnesium. Here we are treating preparing this Grignard reagent by treating the metallic magnesium with the appropriate organic halide. So here, if we are treating this metallic magnesium with the with your this appropriate organic halide, then there is a reaction that is carried out in ether solvent, and which is needed to solvate and stabilizes the Grignard reagent as it forms. So here you have seen here, this is your organic halide, and this halide can be your Cl, Br, or I. And in the presence of this organic halide is reacted with this metallic magnesium in the presence of this ether and ether solvent, and it is needed to be solvate or stabilizes, and there is a formation of this organo magnesium halide. So organo comes from the word this organic, and magnesium is the presence of this metallic magnesium, and halide because the halide group is attached to it. So a Grignard reagent is prepared by the reaction of metallic magnesium with the appropriate organic halide. This reaction is carried out in the ether solvent. So here this reaction is carried out in the presence of the ether solvent, and it is needed to solvate. Here it is needed, this reaction is needed to be solvated, and this ether solvent is needed to be solvated, and it also stabilizes your Grignard reagent, which is formed by the presence of this ether solvent. So here you have seen the Grignard reagent, which is your RMGX, which is prepared. It is prepared by the reaction of this metallic magnesium. Here, this metallic magnesium, we have taken the metallic magnesium, as well as we have taken the organic acid, organic halide, which is your RX. RX is your R is your alkyl, and X is your halide. So here, organic halide. So organic halide is reacting with this magnesium, and in the presence of the ether, and there is a formation of the organomagnesium halide. So X is your Cl, Br, or I. So here this X is your halogens, or you can say the halide, and this when reacting with this metallic magnesium in the presence of the ether solvent, then there is a formation of this organomagnesium halide. So here the Grignard reagent may be made from primary, secondary, and tertiary alkyl halide, as well as from vinyl and aryl halide. So these Grignard reagent can be prepared from the primary, secondary, or the tertiary alkyl halides, and these can also be prepared from the vinyl aryl halides, and alkyl iodides are the most reactive halides, and followed by bromide and chloride, and alkyl fluorides generally do not react. So in this case, in the case of halogen, this Grignard reagent This Grignard reagent can be prepared or may be prepared from this primary, secondary, or tertiary alkyl halide, and it can also be prepared from the vinyl as well as from the aryl halides. And the alkyl iodides, the iodides are the most reactive, and the most reactive halide, followed by the bromide and the chloride. So chloride, bromide, and iodides are the most reactive alkyl halides in this Grignard reagent, and the alkyl fluorides are not do not react. Generally, do not react. So the Grignard synthesis, what we have to prepare first, we have to prepare the Grignard reagent, which we are preparing it by the reaction of the metallic magnesium with the metallic magnesium Mg and with the appropriate your organic halide. And this reaction is carried out in the carried out in an ether solvent, which is needed to solvate and stabilizes the Grignard reagent as it forms. And this Rx plus Mg means here the both are the reactant, and this reaction is happening in the presence of your dry ether, the ether solvent, that is your CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3, and there is a formation of this Grignard synthesis, that is your organomagnesium halide. So here Grignard reagent this Grignard reagent may be prepared by the primary, secondary, and the tertiary halides and tertiary alkyl halide, as well as from the vinyl and the aryl halide. So alkyl iodides in the halogens, the alkyl iodides are the most reactive halides, and followed by this bromide and the chloride. But this fluoride, alkyl bromide do not react. They do not react. So here we have formed this Grignard reagent. After that, here the example is given. So you can see here the CH3I is your alkyl halide, which is reacting with this, magnesium, metallic magnesium in the presence of the ether solvent, and there is a formation of this Grignard reagent. This is your organomagnesium halide, and this, or we have taken the example of this alkane chain, which is CH3 ethyl, and this ethyl bromide is reacting with this magnesium in the presence of this ether solvent. There is a formation of this alkyl, this is your ethyl magnesium bromide, or we have taken an example of this aryl bromobenzene, or you can say bromobenzene is your when reacting with this magnesium, there is a formation of this phenyl magnesium bromide. So these are the example of the ethyl synthesis. Firstly, here we have taken the iodide, which is more reactive, and here CH3I is your methyl iodide, which is reacting with this magnesium in the presence of your ether, and there is a formation of this CH3MgI, that is your methyl magnesium iodide. And secondly, it is your CH3CH2Br, which is your ethyl bromide, which is reacting with this magnesium in the presence of your ether, and there is a formation of the CH3CH2MgMr, that is your alkyl magnesium ethyl magnesium bromide. And next is your this is your aryl bromide. So here this phenyl bromide or your bromobenzene is treated with this magnesium, metallic magnesium, in the presence of the ether, and there is a formation of this magnesium, this aryl magnesium bromide. So here, this reaction, the general formula is your Grignard reagent. This Grignard reagent is when reacting with this carbonyl compound in the presence of this ether and hydronium ion, then there is a formation of this alcohol. So here you can see the by this Grignard synthesis, the Grignard reagent is when reacting with this carbonyl compound in the presence of the ether or hydronium ion, there is a formation of this alcohol, and this alcohol is your tertiary alcohol because carbon is attached, or you can say this can be a tertiary or a secondary alcohol, because here you can see here the two alkyl groups are present, and one here we can take R can be your H or your alkyl group. If this is your alkyl group, then it is your tertiary alcohol, and if this is your H, here hydrogen is here attached to this carbon atom, then this is your secondary alcohol. So Grignard reagent react with your formaldehyde, this Grignard reagent, this CH3 CH2 MgBr, this is alkyl halide, this is a Grignard reagent, or you can say it your ethyl magnesium bromide, and when this is reacting with this aldehyde. So here we have taken the example of the aldehyde. So here from here, this Mgr will remove out here, and this will get the negative charge, and this carbon, from this carbon, this oxygen is your electronegative, and it will withdraw electron from this carbon, and it will get the negative charge, and this carbon will get the positive charge. So here this negative portion of CH3 CH2 will react to this carbon, and react with this carbon in the presence of your ether, and this ether, and here you will see that there is a formation of this this alcohol. How this CH3 CH2 here will react with this carbon, which will get the positive charge, and oxygen will get the negative charge. So here from here this negative portion will bonded with this carbon atom, and from this H3O positive ion, here there is a removal of the water molecule from here, and the hydrogen from this hydronium ion will react with this oxygen, and there is a formation of this OH group. So when Grignard reagent is reacting with this formaldehyde, which is the aldehyde, it gives your primary alcohol. So here we are getting a primary alcohol by the reaction of this alkyl magnesium halide, or you can say the Grignard reagent with this formaldehyde, and there is a formation of this alcohol. Second, Grignard reagent react with all other aldehyde to give a secondary alcohol. So here we have taken the next example. Here this Grignard reagent is reacting with the aldehyde, and this aldehyde, acetaldehyde, we have taken the example here, acetaldehyde, we are reacting with this ether, and here you can see here this intermediate is formed when MgX is reacted with it. After that, with this hydronium ion, you can see the hydronium ion. Plus, you can see here if this is getting the negative charge and this is getting the positive charge, this carbon is getting, so by the dissociation of this R is getting the negative charge, and MgX is getting the positive charge. So here this positive MgX will react with this oxygen, and this negative R will react with this carbon. So there is the formation of this intermediate. So here two alkyl groups are attached to this carbon, and one hydrogen is attached. So after that, when it is reacting with the hydronium ion, then from hydronium ion, the H is removed out, and it will H will get the negative positive charge, and water molecule will remove out from here, and this positive H will react with this oxygen. So there is the formation of this secondary alcohol. Now, thirdly, here we have taken the example of Grignard reagent is reacting with this ketone. This is a ketone because in ketone, both the alkyl groups are attached to this carbonyl carbon and carbonyl compound. So here this R will react with this carbon because carbon is having a positive charge and oxygen is having a negative charge. It will withdraw electron from this carbon, and here MgX will react with this oxygen, and R will react with this carbon. So there is a formation in the presence of the ether. So there is a formation of this intermediate, and after that we are reacting it with in the presence of your ammonium chloride as well as your water. So here there is a formation of this OH. Here this H will remove out from this of ammonium chloride, and there is a formation of this tertiary alcohol. So in the two cases, when we need to form the primary and the secondary alcohol, then we are reacting the Grignard reagent with the aldehydes. So we are getting the your primary and the secondary alcohol, and if we need a tertiary alcohol, then we are reacting this Grignard reagent with this ketone. So there is a formation of the tertiary alcohol. Now secondly, it is the hydrolysis of alkyl halide. So in the hydrolysis of your alkyl halide, you can see there is a general formula is given. Hydrolysis, the water molecule is break down into two, so H or OH. So here the alkyl halide is reacting with this OH negative. Alkyl halide is reacting with this HOH negative. So the OH negative portion will react with this R portion, and the H portion will react with this halide. So from the water molecule, this is dissociated by having the H positive proton and OH negative. And one is your acidic and second is your base. And from this RX, this will dissociate into the R positive and the X negative, because X halogens are the electronegative. So the positive portion of the water will react with this X, and there is a formation of this hydrogen bromide acid. And secondly, this OH negative will react with the positive R. So here there is a formation of this alcohol. So here the alcohol is going to be formed. Next, here the example is given. This is a general formula. So in the hydrolysis of alkyl halide, we will write here that the alkyl halide will react. Alkyl halide will react with the water molecule, and it is heated. And there is a formation of the alcohol and the hydrogen bromide, or hydrogen halide. So here we have taken the example of the CH3Cl, and this is reacting with this water hydrolysis. There is a hydrolysis occurring, and when we are heating it, there is a formation of this alcohol, that is your CH3OH plus your HCl. Now the third reaction, which is the last method of preparation of your acid, method of preparation of your alcohol. So in this, the acid catalyzed hydration of alkene, means from the alkene there is a hydration occurring. So here, this alkene, we have taken the alkene, and this alkene is an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Because it is having a double bond. So in this alkene, you can see this alkene is reacting with this water molecule H2O, and you can see from this H2O, it is acid catalyzed, means in the presence of acid this reaction is occurring. And here you can see this H2O will break out into the two parts, dissociate into the two parts, that is your H positive and your OH negative. So in your H positive and OH negative, this H positive, so this here in the double bond, there will be a this carbon will withdraw electron from this carbon. So it will get the this carbon will withdraw the electron from this carbon. This carbon will withdraw electron. So here there is a shipment of partial negative on this carbon and partial positive on this carbon. So the positive portion will get the OH negative ion on it, and the negative ion of this negative carbon will get the positive portion of this H2O. So here, from here, the H positive will attach to this carbon atom, and the OH negative will attach to this carbon atom in the presence of an acid catalyst. So this is your acid catalyst. So there is a formation of this alcohol. So this alcohol is formed from this reaction, from the hydration of alkene, and this acid catalyzed hydration of alkene is a method that is used in the industry as well as in the lab scale to the preparation, so that we can prepare the ethanol. There will be a preparation of the ethanol of this alkene, from this alkene. So here the general formula of this general formula is that when alkene is reacting in the presence of water, and there is a in the presence of your acid catalyzed, and there is a hydration of alkene occurs. Means on the alkene, this double bond is break, and there is a formation of the single bond, and this from here there is a transforming from your double bond, transforming from the unsaturated hydrocarbon to the saturated hydrocarbon. So here you can see the alkene is reacting with the in the presence of your acid catalyzed, and there is a hydration of alkene is occurring. Hydration here means that there is addition of water molecule. So on this alkene, so in the water molecule there are two molecule present, that is the H positive and the OH negative. H positive will bonded with the negative carbon atom, and the negative carbon atom and the positive carbon atom will react with the OH negative. So there is a formation of the alcohol. So here we have taken the example of this ethene, and in your ethene you can see the ethene is reacting with this water molecule, and the in the presence of the H positive ion, and there is a formation of this ethanol. So here this ethanol, this H will get the negative charge because it will withdraw the electron from this carbon atom. So it will get the partial negative charge, and it will get the partial positive charge. And here from this H2O, there is a dissociation, and there is a formation of H positive and OH negative. And this H positive will react to this negative portion of this carbon atom, H positive, and this OH negative will react to the positive portion of the carbon atom in the presence of the acid catalyzed, and there is a hydration of alkene is occurring, and which will form here ethanol. So here there is a formation of the ethanol, and this is a method of preparation of ethanol on the laboratory scale or on the industrial scale. So these are the three methods from where we are preparing our alcohol. First, it was from the Grignard synthesis. Second, it was from the acid catalyzed hydration of alkene. And second, it was your hydrolysis of alkyl halide. So, firstly, it is Grignard reagent. Secondly, Grignard synthesis. Secondly, hydrolysis of alkyl halide. Thirdly, it is your acid catalyzed hydration of alkene. Next, this is the example given here. 2-methyl-2-butene, which is hydrolyzed in the here the hydration is possible, and there you can see the two products are formed, and this is a Marconi fruit, and this we have studied in the chemical reaction of the alkene. There you can study this method properly in a elaborated form. So here we are just discussing this method, and here you can see the CH3. So there, this carbon will withdraw electron from this carbon, and there is a negative charge on it, and H will attach to that carbon atom which is having more hydrogen atom compared to the other carbon atom. So here the carbon will this H will attach to this carbon because it is having one hydrogen atom, and the OH will attach to that carbon atom which is having more alkyl group. So this carbon is having the more alkyl group, that is why the OH group is attached to this carbon atom. So here there is a formation of this major product. This is the little form, means this is the minor product. So according to the Marconi rule, if the addition of HOH to an alkene, the H atom adds to the carbon atom which is having carbon atom of the double bond that already has the greater number of hydrogen atoms. So this H will attach to this carbon atom which is having a more hydrogen atom present on its carbon. Third, the reactions of the chemical reactions of alcohol. So here the chemical reaction of the alcohol involves oxidation, dehydration, halogenation, esterification, and the formation of alkyl oxide. So here from the oxidation of alcohol, we are getting a product from the alcohol. There is a dehydration, and on the alcohol there will be a halogenation and an esterification also with the carboxylic acid, and there is a formation of your alkoxides also. So first method is your oxidation. So in the oxidation method, we are using these common reagents, that is your aqueous oxidants, and these are your anhydrous oxidants. So in your aqueous oxidant, this is your chromic acid, chromate salts, dichromate salt, permanganate. And your anhydrous oxidants, this is your pyridium, chlorochromate, and this is your pyridinium dichromate. So this is also known as PDC, and this is also known as your PCC. So in this oxidation, you can see here the ethanol in the presence of PCC, this is converting ethanol from your ethanol. So here alcohol is getting oxidized into the aldehyde in the presence of your pyridinium chlorochromate. Secondly, the alcohol, primary alcohol is also converting it into the oxidizing into the carboxylic acid. First, it is oxidizing into the ethanol. After that, this ethanol is again oxidizes and it forms the ethanoic acid. So this is occurring in the presence of your this H2CrO4 and in the presence of your acetone, and it's the presence at your 35 degrees centigrade. And this ethanol is oxidizing in the presence of your potassium permanganate and heated, and this is and there is a formation of your ethanoic acid. Nextly, the secondary alcohol. So the secondary alcohol is getting oxidized to the ketone. So because the secondary alcohol is having the two alkyl group present on the carbon which is bonded to the alcohol. So here it is oxidizes to form the ketone. So here butanol is oxidizing in the presence of this H2CrO4, in the presence of your acetone at 35 degrees centigrade, and there is a formation of this ketone, that is your 2-butanol. Next is your cyclohexanol. In your cyclohexanol, this cyclic structure of this hexanol is getting oxidizes in the presence of your KMnO4, potassium permanganate, and acid catalyst, and is heated in the and there is a formation of this cyclohexanol, which is your ketone, and this alcohol is transforming into the ketone. Next is your dehydration. So this dehydration process we have also studied in the chemical reactions of your or alkene in there, that is your Zaitsev rule, and which is also known as your Zaitsev rule. So here when heated with strong acid catalyst, most commonly H2SO4 or your phosphoric acid, then there the alcohol undergoes a reaction to generate an alkene and water, and also known as your dehydration, since it involves the removal of a molecule of water. So here there is a removal of water molecule will occur, and that is why it is known as your dehydration, means removal of water. So in your dehydration of alcohol, there is a formation of the alkene, and the product will form according to the Zaitsev rule. So what is the Zaitsev rule? So in the Zaitsev rule, the major product of the reaction favors the most stable alkene. So which will be the major product? That will be your most stable alkene. So here we are heating this alcohol in the presence of the strong acid catalyst, that is your concentrated H2SO4, and there is a formation of this alkene, and there is a removal of water molecule from this alcohol, and the product form will be alkene, and product will formed according to the Zaitsev rule. So here we have taken the example of butanol, which is getting heated in the presence of this acid catalyzed, and there is a two products are formed. One is your 1-butene and second is your 2-butene, and 2-butene is a major product according to this Zaitsev rule, and there is a removal of the water molecule. Next is your dehydration of alcohol to form alkene. So here alcohol is heated at 180 degrees centigrade in the acid catalyst, and there is a formation of this alkene and water molecule. So here dehydration of alcohol to form ether. So here alcohol is heated at 140 degrees centigrade in the presence of this acid catalyst, and there is a formation of this ether, and the water is removed out. So this example here, alcohol is given here acid catalyst at 180 degrees centigrade. The alkene is formed at this at 140 degree, at this ether is formed. Next is the halogenation. So here halogenation of alcohol to form alkyl halide. So here hydrogen halides in the presence of hydrogen halide, phosphorus trihalide, or in the presence of thionyl chloride. So here first we are taking the example of hydrogen halide. In this the alcohol is reacting with this hydrogen halide, and there is a formation of this alkyl halide and water molecule. The X here can be chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So here we have taken the example here CH3CH2OH, which is reacting with this hydrogen halide, and there is a formation of this alkyl halide plus water molecule. Secondly, the phosphorus trihalide. So here we have taken the example of this phosphorus tribromide, which is reacting with this alcohol and is heated, and there is a formation of this alkyl halide is formed. So here, next is your thionyl chloride. So in your thionyl chloride, this is your thionyl chloride SOCl2. Here we are reacting this alcohol with this SOCl2 and is heated, and there is a formation of this RCl, that is your alkyl halide, and SO2 gas is evolved out and the HCl acid is evolved out. So here alcohol is methanol is reacting with this thionyl chloride, and there is a formation of this methyl chloride and SO2 and HCl when we are heating this reactant. Next is your esterification. So in your esterification, this reaction involves your carboxylic acid and your alcohol, and there is a formation of this ester and water. So here you can see this carboxylic acid and alcohol is reacting in the presence of acid catalyst, and there is a formation of this ether, and there is a removal of this water molecule. So here examples are given. Ethanol, ethanoic acid. So here ethanol is reacting with this ethanoic acid, which is your carboxylic acid, in the presence of your acid catalyst, and there is a formation of this ethyl ethanol, which is your ester. Water molecules evolved. So here in this methanol plus benzoic acid, in the presence of acid catalyst, there is a formation of methyl benzoate, which is your ether, and your H2O. So here H positive is your catalyst, that is the acid. So here formation of your alkoxide. So here the general formula is that here we have taken the two molecules of your alcohol, and this we are reacting with the sodium matter, and there is a formation of this alkoxide salt plus hydrogen gas is evolved out. In the same, when we are taking this alcohol, two molecules of alcohol is reacting with this so potassium matter, and there is a formation of this alkoxide salt and hydrogen gas is involved. So these are some of the questions that are related to this topic. So what are the IUPAC according to the suffix used for the naming alcohol? That is your all. So the answer is your B. But which of the following alcohol forms 2-butene on dehydration of concentrated H2SO4? So here butane 2-all is formed from this. This is a major product, and this is a minor product. Next, which of one of the following molecule does not form alcohol when reacted with Grignard-Reducer? Here, carbon dioxide is not formed from this molecule that does not form alcohol when reacted with this Grignard-Reducer. So here, which one of the following alcohol will be formed when ethyl magnesium bromide reacts with acid? Tertiary alcohol is formed, because with the ketone group, when it is reacting with the ketone, there is a formation of the tertiary alcohol. Next, catalytic dehydrogenation of a primary alcohol gives a B, that is your aldehyde. So in the dehydrogenation of your primary alcohol, there is a formation of this aldehyde. So chloroethane reacts with X to form diethyl ether. What is X? That is the X is your C, that is your C2H5ONA. The dehydration of alcohol is an example of your elimination reaction. Next, which of the following phenol is not dihydrate? So it is your P-cresol, and what is the common name of the simplest hydroxy derivative of benzene? That is your benzene. So these are the references of this topic from where you can read this topic. And thank you so much for today's topic.